Welcome everyone, how's it going? Thought I'd jump on. Been a little bit absent recently. So we've just had rollover as well, which is the nightmare to trade, to be honest with you. So let me know how everyone's doing. It's good to catch up with everyone. Wow, what a crazy spike that is for the setup. Chris, how's it going? What's happening, dude? Let's wait and see what we're expecting here. I mean, the market's just completely blown out, to be honest. I don't think we're going to go and hit this spike again. That was ridiculous. Vic, what's happening, dude? Yes, back again. A little bit absent for the last week or so, to be honest. Been still been trading, not as frequently, to be fair. £50 basis cut on interest rates, right? That was already priced in, to be honest. We're now factoring in, I think, 125 basis points. Yeah, exactly. How to use it on daily bias? I mean, now that we've just had rollover, to be honest, I don't really like rollover. You know, the volumes are janky. It's just a bit strange. Typically on FOMC days like this, I don't really like trading this because it's always already priced in. Do you know what I mean? So the market typically will do this is the most perfect example where it goes down, goes up in like a 5 minute period, and you just get slaughtered, to be honest. So it's never really the best way to do it. But yeah, your TPOs are just there to help you establish what kind of day type you're in. To be fair, because everyone was already expecting the 50 basis points. It was more of a case: is it going to be 25 or 50? Yep, life savings absolutely dust in these moves. Dust though. This is the thing: is that as it comes out, even if you're actually correct, you still get roasted. Do you know what I mean? Because realistically, when people are trading leverage, they are not accounting for the market to come out here and then wick down 65 ticks in, a minute or less. So as we can see here, just the bid is just aggressively being pulled all the way down here. And then if you thought, okay, great, now this is going down, we'll short down here, then 5 minutes later the market's up here and your account's dust. So I reckon we'll potentially go back down and test this VWAP area. We need to break the initial balance high, but this is just classic FOMC days. Considering everyone in the gran is already expecting cuts to happen, so they don't just wait. Do you know? The market tries to price in everything efficiently, so nothing's a surprise. So saying how to place it in the daily bias market. How to place what? Just your daily bias on market profile. You're meaning? So your daily bias for this, to be honest, I actually just don't think you should have a daily bias. You should just trade what you see. But your market profile is just there to assist you in what kind of day type you're in. That's pretty much all it's doing. You can go for the repair of the of the bad highs. You can look to target singles. The most frequent thing I like to do is look to target single prints. But because rollovers just happened, it's not ideal, to be honest with you. Do I trade reversals off point of control? Gary, no, I do not. I think point of control is a target area. It's not a place I would look to enter, to be honest with you, at all. Because typically when the market gets back to point of control, the move's already happened, the reversal's already happened. Do you know what I mean? That's the target. Those work really well in balanced days. And typically, if you're looking to take a trade off of point of control, I would probably say the previous day or previous week's point of control has got more bearing on the current day. The current day is just a target. I think taking an entry off that's it's a bit much. The reason why I say that is because if you enter at point of control, it's it's very very rarely just going to bounce off that and go straight to your target. You're normally going to have some chopperoo around the point of control just because it's the most traded area of that day. The market likes that area, so the market seeks areas that it's happy to conduct business at, like any business. You know, NQ might as well not even have a bid and offer. Look at it. I mean, seriously, it literally might as well not even have a bid and offer at this point. Do you know what I mean? Look at it. It's like one contract a piece. Hitachi, how's it going? Ants, what's happening? Yeah, exactly, Gary. It literally just chops around me. So it's in my opinion waste of time. You're just using your mental capital taking trades around there, and then actually when the trade truly sets up, you're bashed around mentally because you've sat and watched something for 30 minutes and it's moved 4 ticks. So this game is uh, basically majority of it just mental. You know, typically you sit down at the screen and you say, all right, this potentially looks like a trade, when actually it's not really. You take the trade, you hold it for 30 minutes, you're now in a bad position, and you actually use both your risk and mental capital available for that day on a shit trade when you should have just said there's nothing available, go and get a coffee and sit outside or do something apart from staying at the screen. It's much easier said than done, though. That's the thing. It's a skill set in itself to be able to look at the market and say this is shit and not do anything. And I can tell you, it takes years to be able to do that because you know you're looking to trade and make money, and you sit down looking to click buttons. You know, your brain will give you multiple reasons to start clicking buttons, so you need to be extremely disciplined. And some of the discipline as well is not trading FOMC days, because you just, yeah, there's just easier ways to make it happen. Yeah, that's exactly it, mate. Been there, done that, and got the fucking t-shirt. To be honest, I've went through many a keyboard and many a new mouse in my time. So trying to basically help you from not giving so much money to Amazon in the future. And of course, shorten your learning curve. And the trouble is when you're new at this as well, you basically don't really know what the edge is, so you need to get tons of reps in, and then you need to basically try and decipher what is your niche within it. That takes time in itself. Well, we're seeing a little bit of two-way round about here. Look at this. Market is liking here at previous day high. See if we're going to fade in or we're going to continue. The Russell has just popped the highs. to buy a new, to buy a new headset last week. Nice. Funnily enough, I got a really good headset a number of years ago actually. It's I don't know, it's like a gaming one, like an Arctic Steel series or something. Really good piece of kit for all. Where even are we in the world with this? This is a new. I mean, I rollover is just not it. See, when the market's like this, we're at previous day high right now, so quite important level, right? This would be a great fade, but we've already been up here and swiped above it. So what is saying that we do not, fill out up here? I've seen tons of two-way, and I'm not liking how NQ is absolutely ripping as well. And there we go. The bid is absolutely collapsed. See that? Look at the lack of buying here in the defense. Just see that it's just absolutely capitulating. Right to previous day high. Could go up here. Could also shit itself. And look at the market just capitulating through here, right? Just no contracts on the bid, which is nuts. If you guys can hit the like button for me as well. Still got all the volume as well to come in the next hour and a half. Gosh, can you imagine if you were trying to trade momentum here and short down here, and now you're dust. You long the breakout and you've just got stuffed. Crazy. So what do you guys think we're going to do here? Do you think we're going to just chop around here? We could see point of control changing up here. Look at the amount of volume it's traded at 30s as well. It just sticks out like a sore thumb, which is crazy. What would be really interesting is if somehow here this can just blow through and we go down and basically test back the current point of control. You see as well, we're kind of balancing out on delta as well. So the market's just moving by bids and offers been pulled at the minute. Here's a plummet, guys. Let's see if we can break VWAP and just shock the world and take out down here. I think if we do manage to somehow take out down here, there's going to be a bloodbath of long liquidations if you can take down here, but seems a bit of a world away. You never know with how crazy the market's going at the minute. I'm hoping you guys are going to say that you're not in any positions at the moment, are you? That we can see what's happening. We need to break point of control first. Let's reset the delta to see what's happening. Certainly wild action though, if you can time it, of course, which is not great. Wild in the wrong ways. Wow, they've just absolutely chewed through that 100 lot there at 3 1/4. It's nuts. I don't know if you guys have got any questions. Until the market, even though it's quite a ridiculous range, until the market sort of breaks this high here, or breaks here, we're just going to sort of fill out this huge range here right now. We're currently back right in the center of balance as well. Certainly some ranges though here, right? It's just literally going from previous day high back down into previous day close here. Seeing quite a bit of delta here is going to be absorbed. Let's see how much more we can absorb up here if we can get up to like 12, 13k delta to clear off. NQ is having a nosedive. Wow. This is let me know if anyone sees any trading opportunities here, because they're despite the ranges being massive, you need to basically just pray at point of control and then fade up here. Shame that this happened right at rollover as well. So let me know what you guys have been trading, considering I've been absent for the last number of sessions. How's your trading been? So the volume's definitely picked up more, considering we're in the middle of September now. So let me know how you've been doing. I just got a message as well saying there's something wrong with the chat. Can you guys put a message in the chat and let me know? I had this problem last stream actually. Apparently the chat's not working. Okay, so let's see if we can break 28s. Vic, how's it going? Can see the message. Should someone message on Discord saying the chat wasn't working, which is weird. Let's see if we go down and just fill out 12s. Chat message working good. Good. That's what I like to hear. It's weird though that sometimes it doesn't work, which I find quite strange that it does that. It's not like it's a setting or anything, to be honest. Right, so we've now had an extra 2 to 3,000 delta come in on the buy side. If buyers do not crack higher here, then I suspect we're going to work our way down. See if they just pull the bid again. Yeah. Crazy amounts of buying, to be honest. And then they're just pulling the bids. It's crazy how much the market moves when they just, absorb an offer like that on the way up, and then the bid just cancels, and you're down like 15 ticks in a second. It's crazy. See if we can break and hold above 28s. This is the key level right now. And then you can see this big volume spike here at 30s. So this is where buyers need to break and hold above. If they do not, and more of this buying gets absorbed, then down we go. Some more. Yeah, so the generally speaking, to be honest with you, which is why I don't really ever trade FOMC, because every up until FOMC comes out, everyone's already adjusting their bets on what FOMC is going to be, and very typically, it's completely priced in, unless you get, Powell comes out and says something completely out of whack. But you know how that guy talks. He never says anything out of script. Do you know what I mean? They don't do any massive surprises or anything. So typically, when the market does that, it's already priced in, and then this is just what you'd expect, just complete whippiness. There's no real direction. The market's going up, absorbing in the offer, pulling the bid, and it will probably work our way back down to like, just evens at previous day close. And that's just the definition of the market being already pricing all this stuff in. Do you know what I mean? It's not like the market waits until the Fed comes out. The market was already pricing in 50 basis points. What would have probably been a shock was if they didn't cut or it was 25 basis points or whatever the case may be. But yeah, NQ, I don't know how people. I just simply use it for correlations. I mean, there's literally nothing. That is one tick, mind you, but it's. So meaning on the long run, something like to weekend. All right, so I don't carry a bias, mate, for more than 10 minutes. I have an idea of where I'd like to see the market going, but very, very rarely do I actually execute on what my daily bias is. Because more often than not, if you think that's going to happen, um, and you trade around that bias and you've made your mind up about it, it's very, very difficult to like switch your bias and admit you're wrong. Whereas you need to trade what you're seeing. If you think the market's going to go up, right? Here, you think it's going to go to the moon. Yeah, you can see all this buying delta coming in, like I've been saying, and the market's not going up and it couldn't break 28s. If it can't break 28s, that means that no one's willing to buy 28s and there's too much in the offer to break 28s. So, you know, if the market is not breaking those levels, then it's going to go down. Same thing on the. If we go down here, we don't break evens right now and break through point of control, we'll literally bounce back up to 12 and 16s. But now that there's been so much buying up here, there is a chance that if sellers really want to bang this, there's going to be a lot of long liquidations below 96s. But it's going to take a lot of selling to get below here. Because the bid has just been pulled to take it down here. It's not exactly extremely fresh selling. Just look at the lack of sell contracts that are flying through here to move price. Then we're at POC that Gary was saying earlier. You notice every time that there's a little bit of trade going through there and then it bounces around. It could be here for 5 minutes, it could be here for a minute. You just never know with the point of control. But yeah, I would say it's difficult, mate, to go in with a daily bias and just really trade around it. I think you should draw your key levels that you want to do. And your key levels is basically you saying, right, When the market gets to this level, I believe something is going to happen. People are going to step up and execute positions. And then when the order flow comes in, here we go. Let's see if they can break 96s. If they do, there'll be tons. The buyers are absorbing down here. If they break this, if they can continually break through here, we should see a lot of long coverings, but they need to start punching in some size because the bid is still been pulled. Look at NQ. This is wild. Yeah, UB is like the NQ of treasuries. Would love to see this try and break and hold below the initial balance low. Considering the bid is just absolutely cancelled to get down here, it's just going. Mm. What's hilarious here, by the way, right, is the market has just moved 110 ticks when on absolutely no negative selling, really. So the bid, I mean, look at this. Look at the lack of contracts traded here. The bid is just basically cancelled here. Do you see the lack of selling to go through each price? Treasury sold off for quite a lot of the day today, actually. Okay, let's see if we can capitulate here. That would be great. We're nearly at the low session, which is not too far away. Almighty capitulation below the low of the day? Or are they just going to pull it off for now and jump right back? $67 to 73. Wow. Holy smokes, mate. This is certainly wanting filled down here, eh? That's some call out. Create what a liquidity side down there. It's nuts. I don't know if we're gonna get there, mate, to be honest, but let's see if we can. We need to first try and challenge 85s. Sellers are coming in a little bit, but nothing yet to write up, and buyers are somewhat defending down here. I would love to try and see us fill out that liquidity, but see if we can. Sellers are certainly not going to do it while hitting 63 into the bid, that's for sure. What I think is crazy about these specific market conditions, these large players can really push about a market. It's so simple. When the fact that ES is, look how thin the bid and offer is. So they're just basically watching out for icebergs and then they can really start bashing around the price. A little bit too eager on right here. And if we don't break this, the more we're just going to head back to point of control. And it'll be a really uneventful FOMC, priced in 50 basis points. But for the sake of the market doing something, I would like to see us go down and fill out that liquidity at 67s, which would be nice. Here we go, off to point of control. Sell a V, sadly. This action is literally just one large choppy mess, to be honest, right now. Which is a shame. What do we say? All the way back up to initial balance high. Do the faff, then back down to where we're currently at. So what do you guys think? What do you think's the best course of action for where we're going to finish here? POC at evens, between evens and fours. I mean, it's pretty much where the market spent the most time and volume today. Do you guys normally trade rollover, or do you normally take it off for anyone it's or do you just trade right through it? What's your typical stance? I'm going to bring up the time in sales to actually see the size it's coming in. You can see that the market is moving again with not a huge amount of size, which is not great. But we're going to change this and not filter it. Volume 0, do not combine. As you can see how the market now moves. One lots everywhere. This is a good illustration to show you the what we'll do to maybe put it on the other side is let's filter by 25 contracts. And let's see the lack of actual size. So it shows the market's literally moving by just tons of 1 and 2 lots. Oh, there's a big size in there. See if we're going to defend that area. And they're not. That is crazy. You guys see the theme of what the market's doing here. There was tons of size traded down here that then broke. And then they basically just pulled the offer. The market has moved all the way up here on 1 and 2 lots drilling into the next price. No size. Real size trading. Just tons of loads and loads of little 1 lots aggressively buying into the offer. You have gaps. Oh, really? Wow. Let's see if we're going to hit that size into 95, if we're going to clip it in one big size or drill into it with 1 lots, if we're even going to get there and they're going to pull it. And Ninja's not the best for that, is it? Right back now at POC, so some 2-way expected again. I'm going to clear the inside prints here. Do you see that market's moved 3 ticks? 3 ticks with 20 contracts there. 3, 8, and 7, 11, 4 ticks if you put it like that. That's crazy. Not one contract hit into the bid on 4 ticks. Not one. Did I see that? Crazy. Not one contract here either. They absorbed in the offer up here. Let's see if they pull the bid to go back down and fill out this at 3s. See if we do that. Okay, a little bit of size coming in here. Lifting in. Okay, back up to 28. So let's see if we can do it. Try and see if we can get to some actual direction here instead of this choppy nonsense we're constantly seeing. I think so, Manny. I mean, this market is, well. I mean, this is a not a great day to you know come to any come to any sort of conclusions because it is FOMC day, so the VIX is typically higher and there's less liquidity on the bid and offer. But I suppose, man, you better get used to this because this is the way it's going to be. There's much more emphasis put on icebergs and the inside prints than the bid and offer is extremely important before when it was thicker. That was a spoof of reducing one. Market lifts in, stacks there with 3 large lots. The offer holds, then they pull the bid. There's a spoof. Classic. Tons of buying coming in here, but the offer is just gobbling it so far. Think we're ready to complain. uh, yeah, I mean, this is why different regimes and different market cycles are extremely important. I mean, you certainly can't pay attention now to the bid and offer. It changes so quickly. So for me, you need to pay attention to the inside prints. And when the market is drilling through prices, and moving through prices with like 19 contracts hitting to the bid and ticks down, clearly there's just nothing on the bid. They're not defending. And of course, the volatility, or well, the volume is now essentially picked back up a little bit since it's August, but this has not been a great day to really showcase this. I mean, let's see if we can get back up to the initial balance high extension. See if we can do anything exciting, or we need to get a big stick out. Wow, market 155 lots hit the bed and the market absolutely shits itself. 200 contracts executed at POC there. It's the biggest size we've seen so far in one clip. It's an interesting concept and thought you were saying, Manny, that if this goes higher and higher, then it becomes more like NQ, which is crazy. Which in theory you'd think that the Dow would be thicker, but it's not. So we have 14 minutes till the volume comes in, the initial burst at 10 to 4. Then we have 15 minutes of action, which I highly doubt we're going to do anything too crazy. Delta's not massive overextended. We've just been whipping around between the initial balance low and the initial balance high extension. We'd like to see if we can take out the low here, but just the bid has been pulled, so we need to see some real size actually start to come in. See if there's anything crazy that's going to happen. Yeah, I know exactly, Manny. You know, it was 1500 as well at some points. Now it's ridiculous, just a completely different market. You know, you had to really basically the only one that's the most consistent throughout all the years is bonds. You know, they don't really change with the times. You know, ES is changing drastically all the time. I actually would probably go out on a limb and say that ES is almost easier to trade these days in Globex than RTH because the volume and the bid and offer, or the thickness in the bid and offer, is the same in Globex as it is in RTH now, and it's just slower and easier to read. Like this, if you're not absolutely nailing your entries on this, you need to have a much wider stop. I mean, this is a really bad day to say it, right? I mean, you've just had rollover, you know, the volume on the bid and offer or the thickness is not there. You can see that look at the lack of size it's actually trading. This used to be trading this in one tick. So the market's slinging through prices with just one and two lots. It's crazy. Well, I wouldn't really go that far, mate. I mean, it's just a completely different market. I mean, it's like chalk and cheese to what you're looking at here. There's thousands and thousands of contracts traded in one tick, and you can almost nail a reversal into the tick. Look at the spread on NQ. It's crazy. I'd probably say, mate, if you're struggling to trade ES, I would have a look at the 10-year or 30-year, 10-year note or the 30-year bond. If you want something a bit quicker, trade the ultra bond. I take it you've looked into his course. He's very much about, trying to take two or three ticks, which again I think is really challenging in it's challenging for commission structures pretty much. It works on treasuries to take a couple of ticks because the commission structure is much more favourable. No problem, Annie. Thanks for stopping by, dude.